Here we are walking trail now. Almost sundown here in this sleepy little Texas area. Almost sundown. Let's get us a quick walk in. Pretty good weather. I mean, it's probably in the 80s. Cool breeze though blowing. Not as bad as it was earlier. The riverbed's dried up. It's been pretty dry here the last half of the summer. And there's the sun peeking out over the horizon. Just about to go down here. When the sun goes down on a sleepy little town out about San Antonio. Hello, hello. Live with the dude. Oh man, that's a pretty shot right there, the sundown. Pretty shot right there, the sundown. We are walking just outside of Magnolia, Texas. 45 miles northwest of Houston. And it's almost to be dark here. Hello. Hello, Lou. Lisa. How are you this evening? Out here catching a little exercise before sundown. Got all this trail ahead of us. Hardly anyone here. What's up, Celeste? Hey, Mateo. Beautiful sunset. Hi, bro. How is your DA? What's DA? Not sure what you mean, bro. Oh, day. Okay. Yeah, not bad, man. I took a nap earlier. I'm at that age where afternoon naps help me. Uh, yeah, out and about, and just thought I'd get a little exercise in before I went back home. That's cool, man. We're outside Magnolia, Texas on a Saturday night. Oh, we're trail walking, man. Walking the trails. It's still pretty warm out. Got a little bit of a breeze though. It's cool. They got a skateboard park here for the little ones. Well, for anybody really. Kids are out here skating, doing their scooters and stuff. She just fell. Ooh. Hey, what's up, Richie? Nice to have you, brother. Yeah, walking again. Am I black? Nah, I'll show you. This is me. What's up? The old dude. Just an old dude picking up some exercise here. You look like the movie of Minecraft, bro. Oh yeah, appreciate it, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Jack Black, he's pretty cool. Yeah, my ex used to say that all the time when we were about to break up. I didn't know. I never knew if she meant it to be an insult or be a compliment. So I was like, whatever. That's when I start. But she meant it in a good way. We saw School of Rock, and she liked it a lot. So she was like, "That's you." Yeah, School of Rock. I haven't even seen that Minecraft movie. That's crazy, man. I got to see that. Where's the nurse? Oh, yeah, she had to work today, so she's at home. She lives with her folks, man. So she's like hanging out at the house, and she didn't want to go out today. She was tired, so I don't blame her. So we're solo today, man. It's just the boys' night out, man. We can do whatever we want. We can go out, we can get high. I'm just joking. Hit a like if you can, man. Let's see where else there. Keep it strong, good on you, man. Yeah, I gotta try to. Doctors are crazy. They want you to do this like 6 days a week. I could do this like maybe 4 times a week, but I'm busy out in the day. Always going somewhere. Oh yeah, hey Richie, YouTube, they shut me down for a while, man. I couldn't do any more after that one time I did all those rock videos and stuff overnight. Couldn't do it again. It's crazy. Yeah. But I'm not the only one. I've been hearing about a lot of streamers, man, getting shut down for doing copyright infraction. There's one that was chiming in just now. Hi, dude. Oh, the music. Yeah, the music. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't even going to do the music the next time. I was going to do a documentary on some metal groups, and they wouldn't let me broadcast. Man, they know how to put you in a little closet and lock you up, man. So I was in internet jail for a little bit. Whatever. Yeah. Then they're watching you really good, man, because like when I was driving over to the hospital that day, earlier this week, I think it was Wednesday or someday, I was playing some blues off the blues brunch hour on my radio, and they got me for copyright that one, and I had to take that video down. So that sucked, because that was a pretty good video, I thought. But it was only like 2 songs too, and they were old ones. Yeah, I was checking out Uriah Heep like you were talking about. And I knew, I've known about Uriah Heep. We're like about the same age, I guess. But I hadn't really paid attention to him in a long time. And I was like watching some of their older stuff, and I was like, damn, I was really vibing on that shit, dude. That was a good mention. Appreciate that. We're getting back here into the Emerald Forest. James Gang. Yeah, that's Joe Walsh. I haven't heard that mentioned in a long time. The James Gang. Yeah, when I used to practice and play a lot of guitar back when I was a teenager and when I was young, I had a Strat and I had a old beat up SG Gibson. Man, I used to play a lot of Joe Walsh. I liked he's got a real good tone on his guitar. Do you play, Richie? I never did ask you that, man. You play musical? Oh, there's a real nice looking bird there. Can't see it probably. That song, The Rain, Ashes, and Me, really puts the hook in me. Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know if I know that one. Just a listener. Yeah, man, you're pretty well versed, man. I noticed you know a lot of bands and stuff. Groups I haven't heard of, or maybe I have, or I've seen them and I've forgotten them even. But that's how the blonde lady, the friend of mine, she's like that. She plays like, I forgot how many instruments. She plays like 7 or 8 instruments. Because she was really into band in school. So I was trying to get a band going with her. She plays like flute, wind instruments and stuff, and I forgot what else was, clarinet. She's real good though. I've seen her. Yeah, she's real cool, man. I've known her a long time, dude. I've known her since like the last year I was in college and I dropped out. I knew her. I met her. It's been a long time. But we were friends for a long time, and then we didn't see each other a long time, and then she married another guy, and I married someone else. And then it was weird how we like met again like 10 years ago and started dating again, and then but we can't live together. We try to make something go and it just doesn't work, so we just decided to be friends. But she's super cool. She's an old rocker chick, nurse. Yeah. Oh, man. And there's the sunset sky of East Texas. Oh, into the clubs at 14? That's crazy, dude. Yeah, I remember when I was in high school, there were some people I knew that used to do that. I remember there was this girl I had a crush on named Stacy, and she was a badass chick, and she used to go at all the clubs. She was like 16 and she'd get into all the clubs. I was like 15 and I couldn't get into nothing. Oh yeah, you must have had that older look, huh? See, I never had that going on. My cousin was like that. My cousin could buy beer when he was like 12, you know. They had an 18-year-old drinking age when I turned 18. And then they moved it up to 19 when I was like 18 and a half. So I had to wait 6 months to drink again legally. But there were already stores that knew me. They would sell me. So we'd always go get beer on the weekend. But then they raised, when it was 19, they raised the drinking age to 21. When I was like 19 and a half. Or no, I was just barely, I was not quite 20 and they raised it to 21, and then no one would sell me, man. I was so fucking retarded. I was 20 years old and couldn't drink. Yeah. Yeah, Texas used to be a lot like Louisiana. CBGBs, cool, man. I love that movie. I was trying to think of, who I've seen a lot of good bands at CBGBs on videos, but there was a, shit, I gotta say this. There was a, shit, let me think. There was a club, like a theater in Houston. I think it was called the Roxy, and they used to play like the same kind of groups that would go to CBGBs in New York. So that's where I got to see a lot of good beginner bands, that were punk or not really well known, but they were really good. They were underrated. I'll turn this AC on that. You saw the Ramones, Television, Blondie, Talking Heads. Dude, you are seeing all the best, bro. I'm so jealous, man. Dead Boys. Yeah, I don't think they would ever come to Houston. They probably deliberately skipped out on Houston. They knew better. But I got to see like the Muffs and Tears for Fears, and let's try to think who else. I saw Soundgarden before they were big, and The Offspring. Bunch of bands, man. We saw. Shit, my hair looks all sweaty now. Whoa. Yeah, we saw Black Flag and Agent Orange, and I think the Dead Kennedys. I liked NoFX too, man. Was good. NoFX was good. West Coast, a lot of good skate punk back in the day, because I was kind of into that. I would do a lot of skateboarding when I was in my teens and early 20s. Bad Brains, I remember them. Bad Brains, that's an old movie. No, I never did. I never got to see a lot of those New York City. A lot of those bands that would hit NYC, in the little small clubs, they would stay in that area, I guess, or maybe they would hit Chicago or go out on the West Coast. They didn't fool around too much in the South, So we kind of got cheated, man. There's a punk rock movie called Bomb City, I think. If you ever get a chance to see it, check it out. It's that's kind of like how Texas was when I was growing up. I think it's called Bomb City. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah, the black punk group. Yeah, was that the one? No, I'm thinking of something. They were out of DC. Bad Brains, I think, was out of DC. I've seen them on videos. I remember they were real good. Oh, who was that? In Living Color. I saw them with a college girl. She was in college. I was already dropped out, but we went and saw. They had the one hit Cult of Personality. So we saw. We saw in Living Color a long time ago. I don't even know when that was. Probably in the late 80s. Poison. Really, man? Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah, I believe that though. Yeah, when the Sex Pistols hit the fucking mainstream, I was living in Chicago, so I remember them from Chicago. I remember they did like a live show out of San Francisco or something, and I think it was either live or it was on the late night rock shows they had in Chicago in the late 70s. So Hang on a second. Try to straighten it out a little. Yeah, so the Vapors. Kind of, and I remember the name, and I can't put a song to them. They were playing a little small club punk band, I think, before you came in on my stream Wednesday when I was driving, and I can't remember the name of the band now, man. Turning Japanese. Was that the Vapors? No, that couldn't have been, huh? Turning Japanese was? Because I remember that song. That was the Vapors, for real? No shit. Okay, fuck, I forgot that. Who is the Clash? Man, was big. You know that the Clash was big in Texas. That's wild. I just remembered that, like in the late '70s. It's like they wouldn't play the Sex Pistols on rock album stations, rock oriented stations in the late '70s. Yeah, they wouldn't play the Sex Pistols, but they would play the Clash. So that was kind of weird. So everybody knew about the Clash. All the punk kids in school and stuff had the Clash concert shirts and all that, but they wouldn't play, Sex Pistols. So, but I knew about the Sex Pistols because I lived in Chicago. The Sex Pistols were like kind of big in '78 or so, and I was still up north then. So I knew about them. Nobody knew. It's weird, dude. Like when you go to different areas of the country, like especially back then, like what was big up here in this city, nobody knew about over here. We knew about the Sex Pistols and the Ramones and Blondie, and I'm trying to think who else was big, man. Casey and the Sunshine Band was big. Of course, they were kind of disco, but they were big. Queen was real big, and nobody knew when we moved down to Houston in the late '70s. Nobody knew about any of those bands, man. So it was pretty wild. And then so the Pistols were phony tough guys. The Dead Boys were real tough guys. Yeah, I heard that, or I saw it somewhere where who was the guy who was the lead singer for Queen? He got into it with Sid Vicious, and the lead singer Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury was gay. Freddie Mercury was homosexual, and Sid Vicious thought he was gonna, bow up on his ass, and I guess Freddie Mercury thumped his ass a few times or something, put him on the deck, which was pretty funny. I mean, you never know, man. Don't ever underestimate somebody, man, because of whatever you think about them. The Street Kids from Ohio. Yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember they got in trouble for having swastikas on their band equipment. That was what. Yeah, Freddie was a small guy, was he? I didn't know. I don't remember. I never saw them. They were really big in Chicago in the '70s, though. Like, dude, you could anywhere you went. Like, you could go to a mall, you could go to a Sears store, or a record store in Chicago, and you would instantly hear Queen on the soundtracks overhead. So they would always be playing all their hits. So, man, I'm just dying to put some music on, but I can't. I'm just gonna. I don't know if that is it. Can you hear? I got that AC on loud. Sorry. When I go back and I technically look at my videos, I'm like, fuck. Sorry, I swore. I
I'm like, damn, I had the AC too loud, or oh, I had the radio up too high, and it was all staticked out anyway. It didn't matter. So Queen was late '70s, man, and like a lot of people only know like "We Will Rock You" and the one from Wayne's World where they're in the AMC Gremlin. But Queen had a lot of other good hits, man. They had a lot of good songs, and they would play them on the radio in Chicago, in the '70s. I mean, you heard Queen all the time up there, dude. It was crazy. And then when you went to Texas, you never heard of them. They like tell people, hey, there's this band called Queen, and they're like, what? Queen? What the hell is that? Bohemian Rhapsody. That's it. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I'm always like, I either got the band or I can't remember the name of the song or vice versa, So because it's like so many years fly by and you forget. So yeah, I don't know, man. They got this. What is this? No King's Day today or whatever. I don't know. That must be new. I never heard of it before. So I mean, to me, it's like no King's Day, no Queen's Day. That goes back to me. That's like Schoolhouse Rock, man. And I don't know if you remember Schoolhouse Rock. They had that in the '70s, and they'd have like little cartoons and songs about why we don't have kings and queens in America. And I mean, so that shit's elementary 101, man. Why we don't have kings and queens. That was in Schoolhouse Rock when I was in 5th grade, man. In 77 or 76, whatever it was. I'm a Bill. What does that mean, dude? I'm a Bill. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just a Bill. Yes, I'm only a bill. Yeah, how a bill becomes a law. Yeah, they would teach you. Yeah, they would teach you about fucking government, man, and all that. Yeah, just in case you missed it in school, they'd make sure on Saturday morning when you watched 5 hours of cartoons, you caught up on your school. Your how the government works schooling. So. So there was no getting around not knowing about it. You knew we were in a democracy and that we had bills that got voted in to become laws, and they could veto the bill and it wouldn't become a law, and then the president would have to overturn it, and he was the only one that could ratify it on a second try, and yada 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 and all that shit. So the president think he's doing a good job. Yeah, man. I mean, come on, dude. It's like the fucking hardest job in the world, probably. You're in charge of basically the free world. You're trying to balance the economy. But the number one priority, I think, what people don't understand is the president is about taking care of his people, man, and that means the U.S. citizens of America, the people that are born here and who have come here legally and that are legal people here, paying taxes and have been here all their lives, man. It's about us first. And it's not trying to be rude or prejudiced or anything like that. It's just like they would do the same thing in their country. We're just doing the same thing they've always done in their country. So why are they, coming down on it so hard? That's what I don't get. So Brody Fanning, Steve, hey, what's up, Brody? Benefits for citizens, yeah, man. I came down with stage 4 cancer, and I'm 59 years old, and I've been paying into a system since I started working in 1980. That's 44 years, bro. 44 years I've been paying into a system that denied me. I was like, 3 months from dying. They said I had 90 days possibly to live. I had no insurance. My insurance was a few hours short of being reinstated through my work, and I couldn't work anymore. I had fallen out, and luckily I'm just so grateful, man. I have a sister that is a lawyer and knows You know, she knew how to go after the system and make it work. You know, and I think, like, what if I didn't have that? You know, what if I didn't have that behind me, man? If I was just a regular Joe on the street, man, I'd be dead already. You know, so, and that's not right. That's not right, man. Especially if you've been, like, if you serve this country, man, you fought for this country and all the benefits that a lot of people are enjoying, and then you're going to sit there and die because you can't get help through a system that's not set up properly for you. You know, that's not right. So, I mean, I'm not about turning my back on people and help, man. You know, people that need help, but I don't know. It's a big quagmire of bureaucratical bullshit, you know. So um, I try not to get political here. I leave that for the smart people, man. That can make sense out of it. Because I sure as hell can't. We can't care for the world, exactly. We are the world police. You know, we do kind of look after the world, but I mean, and then I mean, I see a lot from both sides. You know, I see where, like, a lot of the things, man, maybe, I don't even want to go into it, but there's like stuff, there's like, you know, insidious evil that's worked its way into other governments that's caused a lot of havoc, and then people get displaced and they can't get work, so they do whatever they desperately have to do. So I kind of get that, you know. Turn that light on. I was blowing my brights on some poor old guy coming up the hill here. And I had a foreman, man, and boss on a job that had been down in El Salvador in '80, and he was a witness to a lot of that craziness that was going down in Central America, you know. So he had some pretty good insights into what had happened and why what was going on was happening. And this was back, you know, a dozen years ago already. And he was a sergeant in a Marine Corps outfit that was doing, you know, advisory work for, you know, groups I don't want to mention through the government down in El Salvador and whatever. And he knew a lot of things about it. So, yeah, he was actually, that's crazy, man. This was up in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where he was from. We were working there at it was a Google facility, the irony of it. But he was from there. He was from Oklahoma. And he went out on a lunch break. And this is before Oklahoma was, you know, had marijuana where it was legalized. And he got caught on his lunch break smoking marijuana, man. He ended up going to jail, losing his job. He got into big trouble, man. So I don't know what's going on with this picture, but it's like phases. It's like getting fuzzy, man. I don't know what's going on here. Let's see, let me flip it out this way once. Yeah, it's like, it's weird, man. You start talking about conspiracies and then you know, you gotta watch it. Gotta watch it. I don't know. Less all messages. Yeah, hey, be right. You know, like 5 years later, it was all legalized. Oh, it's because it's getting dark, man. That's why. I don't know if that helps you. Well, it's fading out. Yeah, like 5 years later, he would have been okay with that. Smoking a marijuana cigarette. Ended up giving him some, I think he got like 6 months jail time, lost his job, and put him back quite a bit. You asked for my email, dude. Yeah. I was wanting to talk to you one day about something. I don't even remember what it was. But if you don't want to give it out on public, I understand, dude. You don't have to, man. I'll do something like or if you got, You got a YouTube. I don't know how to find you on YouTube, bro. Even how do I find you on YouTube, man? Hmm. I don't know. No, it's okay. I understand if you don't want to. I respect privacy. I've had. Yeah, it's cool, man. Uh, so you well, I think I'm gonna head home, man. I can't see good at night, so I'm gonna head home. Oh, fuck! I'm about ready to pass out now. I gotta go home and eat. I gotta go round up my cat. She's hiding out somewhere back where I'm at, in the woods or whatever, and then I'm gonna eat dinner and crash. I think. I guess I'll catch everybody on the next one. This has been a dude show, and peace out, man. God help me, it's Saturday. Take care, Richie, man. I'll see you around, bro. I'll see you, brother. Take care, man. Later, y'all. Have a good evening. I'll put that back on there. There we go.